liar revealed. The liar revealed. I mean, once again, we're gonna have the liar revealed. The liar revealed. Liars revealed. Not only do we have to go through the liar revealed plot, which a lot of you know I really despise, which as you know I really fucking despise, which as most of you know I hate, and it's gonna suck, blah blah blah. This is also everywhere. It's when a character lies about who he or she really is. Yeah, it's not gonna be just brushed over either. It's gonna take up a good chunk of the third act. They find out who the person really is, and because of that, they don't trust him. They're just like, get out of here, we don't need you anymore. God, I despise this part in movies where you know the hero's just gonna be taken back, but because they found out the person was a liar, they have to throw him out and act like he's not part of the group. Kills the movie for like 10-20 minutes. It just stops. With the characters moping and doping, and they go and mope and dope, and the person feels bad and walks away sad, and you just get moping. I'm sick of moping when it's not needed. We get the princess and Shrek misunderstanding, and I hate it when a movie starts off that way with the character lying and everybody believes it because you know it's gonna lead to that. You know exactly what's gonna happen. It's not funny, it's not suspenseful, it's not dramatic because we know everything that's going to happen. When a movie starts with that, I get so annoyed because I know what's coming, I know it's gonna drag.
Let's get started, ready, steady, go!
What's up, sissy boys? Fucking NowhereShepherd here, and I'm joined by Dank.
Hello.
And StevoAwesome.
Hi guys, StevoAwesome here.
And SwordofStorms.
Hola, como está?
Shit,
Yes.
we're overly animated.
Yeah, we are overly animated. No offense to overly animated. We love overly animated.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't seen a single
Best
episode.
podcast of all time.
Lance, you've seen a couple of episodes.
Oh, dude, I've seen like 100 fucking episodes.
I haven't seen a single episode. I just looked at their channel and noticed they got like as many views as we do. So
Yeah, that's because people don't watch it on fucking YouTube. They watch it on fucking iTunes podcasts.
hey, we should go on iTunes. Maybe we'll be successful. So
Yeah.
this is the 4th episode of Subnami.
Third
It's not
episode.
third.
It's
Dumbass.
third, you
Don't
You
fool.
ask.
already got the fucking. You already got the numbers mixed up. Like, come on, eggs.
3 episodes in and you already fucked it up.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I noticed from the 2 episodes that do exist. I use the word quote fucking as a like a filler word a lot. Like instead of like I'm trying to think of something, I'll just be like,
God damn it, Stevo! Stop cursing. So
Dude, I'm pretty sure I do the same thing, so.
I have such a low vocabulary. I need to be ashamed.
By the way, audience, I have made my mic not as shit this time, so you don't have to endure if you are watching the first episode. Well, you have to endure if you watch this one, but that one.
it's starting to come back. I'm starting to see some like.
Well, shut the fuck up.
It's not that bad, eggs.
Well, yeah. So, Lance, what are we going to talk about?
Alright,
Now you gotta
let's start out with the fucking entertainment. I have finished Saga of the Swamp Thing. Was pretty damn good, and now I'm reading Outcast. Pretty damn good.
What's it about?
It is from Robert Kirkman, the creator and writer of The Walking Dead, and it's about a fucking exorcist doing exorcist things.
Exorcist things like what?
Like
Removing
exorcising
demons from
some
bodies.
demons.
Duh. Fucking
Very
moron.
fascinating.
Anyways, I'm playing a shitty RPG Maker game from the RPG Maker 2000 engine. Because I mean, I used to be part of like a bunch of RPG Maker game communities back in like 2010, back when YouTube had groups. So I mean, this is one I've never actually played before though, but I've heard of it. And it's called Tierra Azul, and it's pretty shit. But I mean, that's what you got to expect with RPG Maker games. I'd read I think I mentioned this last time, the Hunter S. Thompson book, Better Than Sex. It's just like a collection of like anecdotes and faxes from like the 1992 campaign trail between George Bush and Ross Perot. So
Yeah, you did mention that last time.
yeah, I did. And also, I listened to an album by Lisa Germano, Lisa Germano, Geek the Girl, which is very interesting. She's a violinist, and the music appeals to my pretentious, snobby, scruffy-esque tastes. So
Nobody's gonna get that scruffy-esque.
Piero Scruffy is who I got it from, actually. But
We have
Yeah.
to cover him one of these days.
yeah, we'll talk about Piero Scruffy. We'll have a Piero Scruffy designated episode. We'll talk
I don't
about
know. I don't know how entertaining it's going to be for us to just read articles and then reply.
Yeah, well, we
to them.
can get Luis on that one too. He'll like to rip into
Yeah.
Scruffy.
Just so you know.
Anyway,
but
yeah,
first,
that's
then
all-
Luis would have to get out his Doug Walker episode. Then
Yeah, he'd have to
Yeah.
get that out of the way first.
For those who don't know, Piero Scaruffi is a pretentious retard that a bunch of people on like 4chan and Reddit who like music talk about.
Well, I mean, not Reddit, but I mean, they make fun of him on 4chan.
Yeah.
He edited into his Beatles review, which I actually think it's not half bad. He makes some great points there, but he edited into that like they formed like a cult of personality based off of him. Like he didn't realize that they were just fucking with him. They were making fun of him, but
I have been watching
Edit
the
it.
anime Psychopaths, and it has been interesting so far. I wouldn't say it's great, but it's it's not horrible, so I'm still watching it. It's about an authoritarian, semi-dystopian society where everyone has there's devices that in a system that automatically calculates people's like criminality proneness. And like if you're prone to be a criminal, you're automatically like put in jail, or if you're too high, you just get executed on the spot.
So Minority Report.
I've never seen it, so
Oh my god. Sword's never seen anything.
Sword doesn't know what Citizen Kane is. I'll just
Yeah, he doesn't know who Alfred Hitchcock is. I'm
Wait,
dead
really?
fucking serious. Yeah.
Who's Alfred Hitchcock, Sword?
a famous guy from in movies.
What name an Alfred Hitchcock film, Sword? What's one of his most famous films?
Something with a dog in the title, right?
Something with a dog in the title.
Yeah, it has like dogs, something like that.
Come on,
What?
dude. He did Psycho.
Yeah, he did North by Northwest. He did Psycho. He did Rear Window.
He probably doesn't even know what those
Look,
are.
I'm not into film. Okay?
So do you know what Psycho is?
No.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
You
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Haven't you even heard of the scene where the woman's in the shower and she gets stabbed and shit?
Oh, I mean, obviously I've seen that like memetically, but
Sword, have you seen like the clip where like the guy's running from a plane in like the desert and he like ducks under the plane? It's about to hit him. It's North by Northwest. That's another really famous Alfred
You know
Hitchcock.
what?
I
Fuck it.
tell you guys, I'm not into film.
Fuck it. Every Subnami that Sword's on, we're gonna make him watch an Alfred Hitchcock movie. to get him
Alfred
re-educated.
Hitchcock's really good. I wouldn't mind that. I'm sure Sword would like him too.
Maybe
Yeah.
I've just never had the time, or never put forth the time, I guess, to look into film or its history.
Yeah. As for my entertainment, well, I watched a movie called Space Jam this week.
We all watched that.
Yeah,
we
we
all
all
watched
watched
that, you
Space
dickhead.
Jam, and we're gonna talk about it later.
Any other media eggs besides the shit that we all watched and that
No.
we're planning to talk about? All right.
Maybe I forgot about something. Maybe like it'll be like last
You
time.
haven't
where I'll be
played
like,
a
"Oh, wait
game
minute."
or like watched a movie or just like
I don't
caught up
know.
on a TV series at all.
No.
What about Super Mario Bros. The second eggs?
I already discussed that last week.
Oh, well, damn.
Oh no! I will bring this up. There is a character in this game that looks an awful lot like a personality, a pundit called Vadim Newquist.
AKA Creationist Cat on YouTube.
Yeah.
You didn't even name which character it
Yeah,
was.
what-
You said
what
it was
enemy is
It's the flurries, the white specks.
Yeah, the thing with like, the fat, like the thing with the fat cheeks. That's what he's referring to.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do news now? Are we gonna do news topics now, dudes?
We're gonna talk about
Hell yeah.
Netflix for games. Why don't you tell us about that, Sword?
Oh yeah, well, recently I've been looking into this like technology that's been up and coming. It's called cloud gaming. It's basically people like companies, major companies have been investing like into this technology where you will not be playing like a game that's like stored on a hard drive or just like put on a disc and played that way. Like you'll need an internet connection. You'll be able to stream video games to whatever device you want, and it would only need to have enough processing power to be able to run the program that just streams the games. So like expensive PCs would be not exactly necessary for playing video games at that point. And also like big companies are investing into this, like for example, and like they're also probably going to phase out the console market first off. So that obviously Sony and Microsoft be going into it. but there's also been efforts by Nvidia, Amazon, Google. That's all I remember off the top of my head in order to get into this market. Basically, it's probably going to replace the console market altogether. I'm not sure how the mobile or PC markets would react, but it's been a fascinating topic to me. And I know Richard Mucci from Review Tech USA has been talking about it for years, but it only just caught my attention recently. And I would like to know you guys' opinion. Basically, you pay a subscription. And you don't get a physical copy of the video games, but you stream the video games, and it's convenient.
I'm a little bit conflicted. It sounds really good, but I kind of spent hundreds of dollars on a PC, so...
I have spent fucking thousands of dollars on Steam games.
Yeah.
I don't think Steam
I have
would
like 500 games.
I feel like Steam might just like open up their own service for that, but they probably still keep in their marketplace because you can't really, if you already have a PC that can run all these games, why would you not store them so you can keep them forever? Because here's the thing: if you can't pay your subscription anymore, you don't get to play those games anymore. And
Yeah,
also,
that's
if
true.
you don't have if you don't have an internet connection, if your internet goes out, you can't play the games anymore. Unless they give you like a thing. Oh, you can also download them if you pay extra. There's probably gonna be that kind of shit.
For me, it depends on the price. If it's like $60 a month, then forget it. If it's like $10, then sure, why not? Again, here's what I think will happen. I think it's going to I don't think it's going to destroy the PC market. I just think it's going to destroy it's going to destroy
it's going to replace consoles.
Well, no, I know it's going to destroy the console market, but I think it'll also destroy like the high-end desktop market too, because why the fuck would you want to like build a high-quality PC unless if it's not well optimized for like 144p or something, or it's like locked onto a single resolution that can't be achieved unless if you like download a hard copy of it. That I can see like a justification for keeping it. But if this technology progresses to that point, then I think we'll be seeing an end to the desktop market as well. I mean, what I mean by that is like a hardcore desktop. I think that what will come in favor now is probably will just be like a tablet. The tablets that will be optimized for this will probably be very successful, while like desktop computers are like gonna die. That's what I think.
I should point out as well that Sony and Nvidia already have versions of this out. Sony has a PlayStation Now, which you just need a PlayStation controller, and the game selection is pretty limited, but you can still play quite a few PlayStation games on your computer as long as you have a PlayStation controller. And then Nvidia has this something that's in beta called GeForce Now, which is a similar thing, except I signed up for the beta, but there's limited slots, so I don't think I'm gonna get it anytime soon.
There's it's like a tablet, NVIDIA Shield or something, that you could pay a subscription for to play like PC games on like this like small little tablet.
Yeah, that's part of their thing, because basically what companies want is to create universal platforms where you can play their games on this service wherever you go. So you could play like a high-end PC game on mobile if you just had like a controller to go with it, because obviously more complicated games you can't just use a fucking like touchscreen. So as long as you have that, you can play any game wherever you want. And there's also like something that's worth noting also, Xbox Live there's been talks about it going on Nintendo Switch, which is really fucking weird, but like I think that might also be the part of like, companies want to integrate. And of course Microsoft has both Windows and Xbox. So what's probably going to happen, like Fire Sticks and Chromecasts, right?
Yeah.
Those are going to be the consoles now, because all they need is to be able to have that streaming service on, and you need a TV. So
yeah,
like
pretty much.
So you're just going to have like these like little things that you plug into your TV, or even if you have a smart TV, it could just be an app on those. So like if you have a Sony TV, you could probably just get PlayStation Now, just download it.
Sort of. I know you and I used to be like really big into, I don't know if you still are, but in the PC Master Race shit. What do you think about this news, and what do you think do you agree with me that it's going to like end the like high-end PC market, or do you think that there's, in terms of gaming at least?
In terms of gaming, maybe, but at the same time, there's still the demand to be able to play games offline. I mean, that's already limited as it is because of DRM, but I feel like there's still going to be a place for it. But I mean, obviously consoles are dead. I mean, obviously high-end PCs are still going to be used for video editing and fucking cryptocurrency mining, and that's pretty much it. But if you wanna, you probably still would need a medium-end like PC.
No, it's just basically all it's doing is basically like streaming you a video of what's going on in like real time. So I've heard like streaming works with like you need like 4 gigabytes of RAM, like something like small, low end, but not like too low end.
Yeah. But the problem is though that what this technology would require is really good internet connections, or else your games are going to be buffering on you all the time, and that would not be pleasant.
Yeah, that too.
So that's why it hasn't come to fruition at this point, because people's internet connections, especially like if you're not in like a major city, are just not good enough or to handle that kind of thing. Because just think about what like a 1080p, how much buffering that already has to do. And now think of like a 1080p or even 4K video game that you control and is being generated on another computer. Like it requires a lot more, a better infrastructure than we have currently. So it's probably like a 10-year technology away. But you can see companies already investing into this and pledging their bets on that. Like Google, like just announced that they're going to launch one at Game Developers Conference in like a couple of months, I think. So yeah, that should be interesting. They can just put their thing on Chromecast and be done with.
Yeah, what you said about the consoles being like little like compute stick things that you just plug into the TVs. So what if like Sony and Microsoft still want to do that? So they'll just invent their own version of like, this is the new Microsoft console. The small portable stick one, and then the PS.
That is literally what I'm saying. Yeah.
The PlayStation. What do they call it? Like
5.
The PlayStation.
It would be the
dongle.
PlayStation 6 probably, or no, the PlayStation. It would call it the PlayStation Go or some shit.
The PSP. Yeah, they already did that.
I mean, they did that twice. There was the PSP, then the Vita, and then nobody bought the
No
Vita.
one bought the Vita. Yeah, the only good game on that was like Persona 4 Golden. Anyway.
Only Japanese people play Vitas.
I had a Vita, and then my brother sold it to fucking buy a PS4. I was the only one who used it. I played like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on it.
I'm considering getting one just to play the Warriors.
Can't you just play that on? You can't just play that on like Android.
Just emulate it. You fucking
No, that's against the law.
Oh, come on.
By the way, Stevo, do you have anything that you're particularly planning on playing now that you have a newly acquired high-end gaming PC?
I plan on playing high definition porn because I don't play video games. Not really. Sorry. Bad joke. But I don't play video games really that much. I mean,
Now you will.
Stevo's planning on making let's plays of like old obscure shitty like NES or SNES games.
Thanks. Fucking who wouldn't want to play Eminem's Mini Adventure or Madness, whatever the fuck that terrible game was called, or Legend of Light, the Kingdom Hearts RPG Maker game. That fucking
yeah.
You need to play the Wacky Races game. Where you play as fucking Muttley.
What? What the fuck is what's this game? What's it
It's
about?
Wacky Races, but instead of racing, it's Muttley going around collecting shit.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of I don't know. Also, it's kind of a nostalgic thing because I used to be involved in lots of Let's Play communities back in the day, back in like 2009, 2010, watching people like Coup Impact and Slim Kirby and Uber Hackster Nova. That was my jam back in the day. But yeah, nobody knows who those fucking people are.
Stevo's an OG.
I mean, I don't know. It's a nostalgic thing. I want to bring back. I also just want to bitch about how much I hate how much I think the internet's gone down the tube. So
It's pretty much how much you hate everything.
it's gonna be my little therapeutic venting session. Like every week, I'll record like 7 videos and I'll schedule them on YouTube, and it's gonna be my time to bitch about stuff, like any little societal nuisances that are hindering me slightly enough. But yeah, that's what I have. And I don't know. Look forward to fucking We're Back, a Dinosaur Story Game Boy Let's Play, or fucking
Oh god.
or Left and Right, or Wario Land 3, or whatever shit. I have a list. I've been planning for this. Now I have this computer. Then I forgot to buy a mic, so I got to buy a mic, and so it's gonna be delayed even more. But just you wait, fellas, because I'm gonna make some Let's Plays eventually.
Speaking of We're Back, a Dinosaur Story, next week on Subnami, we're going to talk about that fucking movie. But we watched Space Jam this week, so we're going to talk about that. But
Yeah.
watch some amazing videos. We got a good selection here of top tier entertainment for your viewing pleasure.
One of them involves yours truly, StevoAwesome.
We're going to look into his dark past of videography.
Yeah.
So let's cue up the videos, Lance. All right. So this guy, oh my god, where do we even begin?
Hey, explain how you found him. Explain how you found him first.
Okay. So I was scrolling through some like shitty That Guy with the Glasses people. I was looking at I was trying to find a review for a certain movie, and then I came across this guy reviewing some guy's review of a movie. And his name was the reviewer. And what he does, I've already kind of spoiled his shtick here. He reviews people's reviews of movies and entertainment. I shit you not. That is actually what the channel is about. He goes through like some people on like that guy with the glasses, and he'll just comment on like the review and say like, I enjoyed this review.
This guy's a legitimate ass-bee. Like, he gives off that vibe. I mean,
This guy's peak autism.
I mean, we're not watching one of his reviews because that's just the most boring shit. Instead, we're watching him cover a Brental Floss song.
Yes, this song by Brental Floss, the Tetris with lyrics, if you've
The
heard
one
of
that
it.
Brental Floss is ashamed of because it's hashtag.
It's too sexist.
Yeah.
Because I remember a friend of ours said that he found this on a cringe compilation like a while back, and I'm not shocked at all because just look at it.
Start, yeah.
Shapes made of 4 color blocks like a
Has a fedora on, of course.
Yeah, look at this dude.
Actually, that's a Trilby, okay?
All right, inevitable YouTube commenter.
You can tell by his attire that this is a man of high class. Anyway.
Down like falling bricks. You can place them in rows, but everybody knows that they made this game for chicks.
I can't say that.
Mom just loves to
That's
flip
racist.
and stack. Grandma says
Nice clip art, dude. It's amazing.
Crack. This is the game girls deserve. There is no learning curve, which makes it great
I wanna
for
die.
you. They will fill you with glee, especially if you have
He
a
uploaded this and he didn't feel like embarrassed and self-conscious. Like,
Yeah,
why?
I have a knack for like noticing certain patterns that autistic people make because, it takes one to know one. I think with autistic people, when they try to like do a performance, they kind of make these like weird, like overly animated motions to try and like look over the top. And I don't know. It's just something that I noticed because I've done it before. And he seems to be like doing this where he's like overacting and he's trying to like be all like very animated, but you can tell that something's like slightly off about him.
He's overly animated, like the overly animated podcast.
Yes, indeed.
To call me sexist, bitch, it's still true.
Just kidding about this part.
Deep
extreme
girls, dainty
close-up.
brains, there's a spot near
Yeah.
a vein, which regulates
This is too
their
loud.
bliss. Once they see falling blocks, the T-spot unlocks and they start to
Dr.
sing
Insano,
like
dude.
this.
Oh yeah, he's trying to do like a Dr. Insano ripoff from Spoonie. Oh, by the way, it's Leslie Jones.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Sexist and racist talk. SMH.
Here is a trick I have learned to avoid getting burned when you piss off your chick. If you sing the song key, immediately she'll forget that you're a dick. La 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 la.
Why does he make this all about like women?
Because it's a cover of a Brental Floss song, and like Brental Floss, he did it like in like 2008, and now he's like really ashamed of it. Like, yeah, I changed as a person. I was a sexist back then. Which I mean, it's a stupid song, but I mean, it's real, the lyrics are terrible. But like,
Have a uterus.
give yourself a break. It's
I just like actually listened to the lyrics for the first time. Why the fuck is he just talking about woman the entire time?
Well,
I mean, obviously it's Brental Floss,
Is
but
it
like,
because he's never had a woman?
No, he wanted to make it. It was supposed to be like comedic. He was like, I was just trying to say that women really like Tetris, and that was the whole joke. It was bad, but
where's the joke? Women like Tetris. XD.
Yeah, that was the entire joke.
XD.
Got a clap.
Which I don't even know if that's true. Like, do women really like Tetris?
I mean, they like casual games more often than men.
Well, I mean, I know that, but do they really like Tetris? Like, it's their shit?
No, I don't think there's like breakdowns for the
Hold on a
demographics
second.
of Tetris players, but I
I'm
mean,
gonna look up the
I
Tetris
put money on.
champion. Oh, what a surprise! They're two white men. Wow, I would have expected a.
Wait, that's because they play it doesn't mean they're good at it, Dab.
Well, yeah, get wrecked, women. You suck. Anyway, moving on.
Wise man once said, "Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks."
Shame on you, Lance. You're acting way too fucking breakfast.
So last time we watched Irate Gamer, and I mentioned he's making toy reviews now. Some mostly toy reviews, but this is Puppet Steve. This is what, if you ever wondered where Irate Gamer went all those years, this is it. This is like really pathetic.
Yeah, and here he is reacting to when Smash Brothers Ultimate was announced and a full trailer came out with all like that's gonna be like everyone's gonna be
Is he
there.
reacting as the puppet?
Yeah, he's reacting as his puppet.
So it's not actually his reaction then.
No, it is his reaction.
I mean, this is just
He's
him
not
jumping
playing
on
a
a trend.
character. No,
This
it's
is
just
him
him manipulating
children.
children.
Like this is him jumping on a trend. Look at this shit. Look at that.
Hey kids, boy oh boy, we're super excited because we just got done
If you
watching
like I said this last time. I made this point last time.
This is a
broken
this
man.
year. And there's
If you ever thought this guy was a fucking
hack.
hack,
In the demonstration of the game,
like
they
fuck
covered
you,
the
Archfiend,
full
you're wrong.
roster of
Like
characters
it's
that'll be showing
fuck
up
this
time
guy.
around, as well as new characters. And if it's one thing we love,
What kind of drugs do you think this guy does?
To the roster in this
No,
game.
because he's a
And if
Christian. He
you're
would never
wondering
do
what the
that.
new
Yeah, he's a
characters
Christian, he has, like,
man,
kids.
There are a ton of them. We're getting the Pokemon trainer Ash Ketchum.
So I'm
This is
hearing
mom.
Adderall.
Pokemon trainer.
Yeah, he's putting on this
Cool.
really obnoxious, like,
About
oh,
these
look
guys
what's going
is
on.
It's not a real
Pokemon
drug. It's
like
prescription.
Charizard,
Even though I don't have any
Ivysaur,
energy.
Squirtle, and more.
Oh, yeah,
And I do like
listen,
5
New
pills at a time.
character is the Inkling Girl.
Listen to
And,
this.
oh man,
Characters.
this makes for a lot of fun.
He names them all. He names every single fucking character.
No, hold on.
Yes.
He just said he's like, we got the Inkling Girl, but this is also cool because not only do they have to get the Inkling Girl, but we also have the Inkling Boy.
He's even redundant on
It's
his
just a
fucking-
skin.
Not only that, but there are over 8 different characters you can play in all. Oh,
Yeah, you could also do
Oh,
that
yeah,
with Bowser
all eight.
Jr.
It's called a
Each one of these
skin.
characters has their own color. Oh,
Yeah, it's called a
yes.
skin. It's called a
Talk
skin.
about
It's called a
having
skin.
Ink War in Smash Brothers. Oh, that's
What?
awesome.
Ugh.
Different
Check this out.
characters.
The Squid Sisters even show up to help you out.
Oh, man.
I doubt Chris Forrest has ever played Splatoon.
I doubt he's ever played Smash Brothers.
I doubt he's ever fucking played a Switch or fucking. I mean, like,
You probably can't afford a
Play as
Switch.
8 different
He
ones.
spends all his
I
money
don't know,
on
I can
Mario.
afford it. No, this channel gets good fucking views, and it's family friendly.
Seriously?
Just look at that tail.
Funny enough, it gets way more views than he ever did with Irate Gamer.
Another
So
new character to the Super
Well,
Smash Bros.
probably not as
franchise,
like good as like
Daisy.
some of the old
Yep,
Irate
we all
Gamer
know Daisy
videos,
from
but
the Mario
it's better than
games.
what he has like
Just
now on
Princess
his Chris
Peach.
Neo
She
channel.
has her own toad. That's,
I mean, back then, yeah, a
oh,
million views was
cool.
pretty big.
And the last
But I
new
mean,
character
these aren't being
in this game that
recommended
they
on
revealed
YouTube, like
is
on the
bad
front
guy,
page. But
Ridley
still, I mean,
from the Metroid
he's
games.
probably making
Oh,
more money
man.
too, because this
He's
is like
this
family
huge looking
content that's being
pterodactyl guy
recommended to
that's ready
kids.
Kick some Super Smash Brothers butt.
Oh god.
Well,
God,
just in
what a
case you're wondering,
fucking hack.
all your favorite characters
Yeah.
from the past are here.
Okay, well listen to
Mario,
this.
Samus,
Here we go.
Kirby, Bowser, Link.
He also
Yeah,
calls Lucina
Donkey Kong,
Lucinda and
Fox and
Palatinia
Falco,
Palatinia.
Marth,
Yeah, they should have had him do the
Zelda,
fucking like
Sheik,
commentary for the
Villager,
E3 footage when this game was
Mewtwo, and
announced.
Meta Knight,
They should have had him
Zelda
do
and
the commentary
Sheik are
for the
the same
game.
character.
Captain Falcon.
He should have been-
Zero
no,
Suit
not
Samus,
now.
We Fit Trainer.
Well,
Ness, Lucas, Ryu, Ganon,
Ryu, it's
Drake,
Ryu.
Jigglypuff, Roy, Olimar,
Roy.
Diddy Kong, Lucario,
Jesus
Lucinda,
Christ.
Robin,
Lucinda.
Bayonetta, Mr. Game & Watch, Ninja, Dr. Mario,
Game &
Bob,
Watch is racist.
Duck Dog, Pit and Dark Pit,
This man cries
Palutena,
himself.
Okay,
Cora,
fuck it.
Jr.,
Palutena, fuck this.
Koopa
Yeah.
Kids,
Yeah,
Time
speed
to-
it time up.
Young Link, King Dedede, Rosalina, all the Mii Fighters.
Now he's really on fucking. Now he's really on something.
And of course,
Now he's on
games,
meth.
Mega Man, Pac-Man, Cloud, and of course,
Yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog. And of course, we're getting returning fighters from
I'm the Hedgehog. I'm hip and cool, kids.
And Snake? Oh man, cool. Everyone that's appeared.
Oh, man,
come
cool.
back for this installment, which makes this game super cool. And of course, now we're getting
Super
released this
cool.
thing, which is going to be September 7th, 2018. Now, in addition to this amazing roster of characters, this game is getting some major upgrades. Characters we all know and love are getting some new amazing final
Hey, fuck
Smash
this guy. We did-
We've,
Like,
yeah, I
I
think
don't
we've had
wanna-
enough of this.
I don't want to advertise this prick anymore.
Yeah, also he fucked up the
Take
footage by
out-
speeding it up.
Take
What?
off the 2-speed.
Copy.
Imagine being this man. That's enchanting.
Yeah. Imagine being StevoAwesome.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that Stevo back in the day, he got hacked, you know?
I got hacked.
Stevo's channel was hacked, and I'm going to show you some footage of this hacker that is that has corrupted his channel.
What the fuck is this?
Man who hacked my channel.
Yeah, so some old man, I think it might be a mask. I don't know.
I remember someone commented on this back in the day too. Like that old man sounds awful lot like a little kid. Also, pay attention to the background. Pay attention to the background in this video of my old hacker. That was the first video. So that was the video. That was the video that the hacker put on my
Wait, check
channel.
the comments.
It got privated, so it fucking probably got deleted. Yeah, it's all deleted
Oh,
now.
crap.
But yeah. Anyways, description. If you see him, he is an old man with a big nose and he covered up his eyes, so you can't see them. Please help.
Okay, everybody.
Here, oh yeah, face reveal, by the
My
way.
YouTube channel has been hacked, and I don't know.
Well, this is with him,
what
like, 5
plans
years
to do
ago.
on it, 'cause
This
I
is
just
longer than
saw
5
a
years ago.
video
This is like 8 years
of
ago.
Some old man. I believe that's a mask.
Oh, gross.
I believe.
Excuse
Say
me.
this the background. It's the exact same background. He didn't just hack my channel. He broke into my house.
He made his eyes black.
In the background, isn't that funny?
Hashtag topical. Actually, it's like a year late, so.
Delete my channel.
You're gonna get flagged for
or
fucking
something,
dangerous content.
but This is
Well, there's kids in this video, so the comments gonna be disabled.
disabled
Oh yeah, the fucking the whole controversy with like CP.
I changed the
Going
Yeah,
on.
but this is past Stevo, so it can be allowed.
Help me, so
Jesus Christ, that was chubby.
bye.
Also, look at that bowl cut.
So
I got hacked.
explain this ordeal.
Blame yourself.
If you go on my channel, all you'll see is Muujin videos. That's the only shit that I haven't privated. I used to make cringy videos like this when I was younger, and I'm not proud of them. And I really wanted to get famous, so I would like make videos like this all the time, like jumping on a trend. I did a Harlem Shake. Maybe we'll watch my Harlem Shake video sometime. Or every now and then I'll embarrass myself publicizing one of my old videos, and I just wanted to get views really bad, and I really hope people would be like, oh my god, look at this kid who got hacked, let's go help him, let's go to his rescue. And nobody went to my rescue, and then I like deleted the videos, or I privatized them, and then I just went on with my tour reviews and whatever other garbage content I made like usual. So
how could they be so heartless?
Yeah,
I can't believe this
look at
absolute
his little
state
cheeks.
of
Look at my little cheeks. You just want to pinch him. I'm just an innocent little boy. So I guess we got another innocent little boy coming up too. The next video that's queued up. Eggs, you want to play?
Yeah, the final video of the day before I talk about our movie.
This is an old one. This is another guy. This is kind of like Chuggo. I don't know. He made his channel like 2008 or something. He's pretty old. I think he deleted his channel a couple years ago. Well, he deleted his channel after people made fun of him, and then he came back like a week later. But yeah.
So explain the environment of YouTube at the time that to get him to make a statement like this.
And it was back when there weren't that many kids around, so like if you're a cringy kid and you make a video back then to see it and just make fun of you. I mean, there were certainly kids, but quite a lot of kids back then. But I mean, obviously, if you compare it to every kid nowadays who makes like, let's play Roblox. Hey, Roblox. Like it's obviously there's obviously a big difference. Yeah, I mean, is this guy even a kid? He's more like a fucking like teenager. But this guy, he has a chromosome deficiency.
Kind of looks like Sword.
Like, literally. Hey, shut the fuck up.
I'm pretty sure there is. I found it out years later. I was looking at like actual like disorders of like that people would have from like missing part of their chromosomes, and there was one disorder that like made people look awfully a lot like him. And I'm not saying anything, but yeah, probably.
All right.
Hello.
I don't want to be a bully,
Before I
though.
start this video, I just want to say thanks to
Sure, he's used to it.
Lay Shizzle for subscribing to my videos and giving me a good comment.
Don't subscribe to the channel. You subscribe to their videos.
Okay, this video is to the people who advertise porn on YouTube.
Oh shit.
Just
those teeth.
Pause this. I need to say something because yeah, you used to find a lot of back when the channel comment section, like the comment section on your channel wasn't just like a little discussion page that nobody checked out. Like it was actually like you'd refresh a page, like you'd go to like whatever big channel there was back in the day, and you just like refresh and be like 100 new comments on their channel. And like I saw Pussy for the first time when I was like 6. I went on Smosh's channel and I saw like a link. It was like my free cams or something like that. And I saw Pussy for the first time. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck did that? That's I just want to go back. I wanted to watch my XD funny Smosh Bigfoot videos.
And that's how Stevo lost his virginity.
No,
yeah, that's how.
Where'd his pee-pee go?
I got hacked. I clicked on one of those porn links, and it was a phishing site. And then some old man came and broke into my house because I saw a vagina.
By the way, how long did it take for you to realize that women didn't have penises?
I don't fucking know. I never really concerned myself with that. I just knew that that was something I'd never seen before, except for meat and fuck games, but that was like a cartoon. So I mean,
okay, back to the video.
We're getting into some niche shit right
Do
here.
you think
But
people, when they see that little shitty comment,
look at those teeth, dude.
oh my god, a porn site.
They're
let's
just
go
perfectly
there."
like
oh my
split
god,
apart.
You see all this great porn.
looks like SpongeBob.
Get a life and stop jacking.
Oh my god, he does like human SpongeBob.
That get a life and stop
Anyway.
jacking it. That was quoted a lot
Just
back in the
stop
day.
and get a life.
Are those teeth
Porn's not
real?
even good anyway.
What do you think he put fake teeth in just to fuck?
No, I think that he has like he lost all his teeth and they replaced it with like I don't know.
Then why would they look so bad if they were
Thank
like
you.
replaced?
Screw you.
They usually look like if you get
People
fake
put
teeth,
that
they're
shit
perfect looking.
Dude
Like,
needs some fucking braces.
Thank you.
he does.
And thank you for
I hope he
watching
got
my
like a video
videos
of him.
and
I don't-
subscribing, Lay Shizzle.
I think is Lost, where he's like
I'll
jumping
try to
on his
make more.
shirtless dad in bed. It's really awkward.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, how does that even? I don't even understand what's going on.
Wait, is that him
in there.
now? Is that him now?
Yeah, I don't think it's him now. He hasn't been.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, this is.
Oh, it is
Send
him.
you another.
Stopped making
YouTube
videos like a
comments.
few years ago, but
He got braces.
Oh, I guess his teeth got.
oh,
One.
good. Teeth.
I'm gonna read some of these comments out. These are like
Still really
4
awkward.
to 5, even 6 years ago.
He likes
This is
Breaking
when-
Bad and The Walking Dead.
Look at that! Look at his voice.
He's reading old comments.
You know, when I was 14,
Video.
13, and the video and just fucked up teeth, the whole 9 yards.
Sorry, we made fun of your
Hate was
teeth,
just
dude.
venomous, so I'll get to read
I'm
these
glad you got
comments.
braces, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad
Your
you got
smile
braces,
was
Jake.
looking good.
Fuck you, you Bugs Bunny looking.
How topical for the movie we watched.
watching, yeah.
Yeah.
This is from GB Packers fan 121. I just have one.
There's a comment
question.
from me that shows up.
Blown retarded.
Is it?
Nah, I'm fucking around. I didn't use comments back then.
You're fucking ugly. Zach the Punk.
That's
Very
Scrambler,
stupid
dude.
name. This one's a bit longer. You ugly fucking autistic looking.
And hate
loser.
speech. This is hate speech. We can't allow this on YouTube. We have to delete this.
Yeah,
Not
cut this part out, Lance. Cut this part out.
No, we can't have it. No, this is not good content. This doesn't go with the prescribed political norm that YouTube wants right
Yeah,
now.
invite Jimmy Fallon on the podcast.
Ever.
Yeah, we have
we need to
to
invite Jimmy Kimmel.
watch this podcast on his show, and he's gonna start like
Faggot.
breaking out in crocodile
Kill
tears.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's gonna
Anyway.
cry. How we could? Oh my God!
You
Just
are
allow that.
probably
Or
the biggest faggot on the internet.
Anyways, yeah, fuck it.
Which includes all the hardcore gay porn. I wish I could meet you in person and make you bite the fucking curb. Obviously, American
At
history.
least, the
X.
voice, at least I found
Once
someone who has
again,
a more nasally voice than I do.
Not that it would mess up your teeth any worse.
I think you're equally
No,
nasally.
Oh, fuck you, fuck
Why
you.
the fuck?
What
do you
happened? What
talk
happened to
like
what
that?
happened to little Chad Stevo from back in the day who got hacked? My voice was beautiful back then, and then I got like kicked in the throat or something, and now I sound like this.
Yeah. So I guess we're done with
Look at that
videos.
smile! Look at that smile! That's perfect. Good on you for fixing your teeth, dude. But yeah, anyways.
Yeah, you got a nice smile, my dude.
I guess we're done.
Totally lights, dude.
I guess
Yeah,
it's time.
I we're done with this
talk
guy.
about fucking Space Jam, the greatest
Come on
movie
and slam.
ever to be conceived.
Can you believe it?
Hey, everybody, let's go hero now.
So, what did you think of it, Stevo? Didn't you like the movie? I thought it was good.
Really,
Was,
I mean, like with Spider-Man 3, there was a lot to talk about, but like for this, it was just really boring. Like it was just like everything without the Looney Tunes characters. It was like it felt like some old cliche
sports movie, basically.
No, more like shitty '90s like urban market film. Like that's like movies like Friday or like Soul Plane. I guess Soul Plane is like that's pretty exaggerated. But like there's like a scene where like the basketball player who lost his talent is like playing on a basketball court, and it's like it just feels like really dated. It feels like something it was like Friday or something starring some like has-been rapper or some shit like that. Yeah, I mean it's just really boring. I mean, Eggs, I know you have a lot more to say than me. I just like the fact that you have a bunch of cartoon characters in this movie and they're so unfunny that you need a big fat comic relief character to fill that void. That really says something about your movie. Also, I'm just gonna say
it does.
that big fat guy looks like Justin from the Cinemassacre rental
Well,
reviews.
he's Newman from Seinfeld.
Well, he looks like Justin from the rental reviews.
He was also in Jurassic Park, right?
Yeah, he's the guy that gets killed by the fuck.
The
By
villain,
the
right?
venom spitting dinosaur.
Well, I knew what it is. I would have known what it is like 10 years ago because I'm obsessed with dinosaurs. It's a shame I don't know it. Yeah, he's like he plays like the human villain of the movie, trying to like steal the secrets or whatever, and gets killed.
Anyways, I mean, let's not go off topic. Talking about Space Jam, Eggs, or Sword, Lance. What did you guys think?
I fucking hated it.
Hell yeah.
I was watching it with you guys, and I was like, what am I doing with my life?
Sword, you didn't have the luxury of watching it with us because a certain someone was there. So what did you think of it?
My soul died a little bit. Like how do you make a movie that bad? I mean, clearly it was just a marketing movie for both the NBA and Looney Tunes. Let's just put that out of the way.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious.
I remember getting this movie on VHS at my local library, renting it out with my mom's library card back in 2004 when I was fucking 5, and I don't know, I don't remember having fond memories of it, but I remember it being there. So I think it was just kind of a meh movie to me as a kid because children don't have standards, and watching it this time just made me want to die. Honestly, how do you make such a horribly cliche movie that is like the plot is absolutely dreadful. It just feels so forced and random. I don't understand how anyone could have thought it was a good idea. Obviously, the movie did well, didn't it?
Yeah, it was one of the highest grossing sports movies ever, and they're gonna make a sequel sometime in the near future.
LeBron James,
honestly,
right?
Yeah, LeBron James is going to replace Michael Jordan.
Honestly, though, I feel like the sequel will be better. I don't think they can. I think they can only go up from here.
Yeah,
they kind of know it's a
up
meme.
that badly again.
It's already kind of a meme, so they might play into that a little bit.
I haven't seen this movie since I was in elementary school. When I watched it, it was really fucking weird. Because I remember the first time I saw this movie, and I saw the title. I didn't realize it was Looney Tunes and Michael Jordan. I just saw Space Jam. And I thought it was about Jello from outer space. And then I realized the Looney Tunes were in it. Doug Walker made that joke, but I legitimately thought about that. That was my original thoughts. I didn't get it from Doug Walker. I'm sorry to mention Doug Walker again, but
third consecutive episode in a row.
We're doing a similar thing.
We'll be on episode 300, and it'll be our 300th consecutive episode.
We're gonna still talk about Doug Walker, but anyway, this movie was really fucking weird when I watched it. Cause why the fuck does what the fuck does basketball have anything to do with the Looney Tunes? I didn't know that I didn't understand Michael Jordan as a popular phenomenon at the time, so I didn't really get it. So when I watched this movie again, I was I heard people didn't like it, and I when I watched it, I was yeah, it was kind of entertaining because of the Looney Tunes, and I was a little kid and I didn't have any standards. So I was expecting maybe the movie will be enjoyably cheesy and corny, and to an extent it was, but it was so the pacing was terrible. The second half of the movie is just nothing but the final game, and then the first half is just a bunch of bullshit, the Martians come down and they're oh no, they're gonna enslave us, blah blah blah, we need Michael Jordan's help or whatever, and then Lola Bunny shows up and then says one line and then doesn't speak for the rest of the movie until the big game happens, and it really is a fucking mess. You have to sit through so many boring scenes of these live action segments and the Looney Tunes just doing a bunch of stereotypical cartoon things.
Well, you said they were flanderized earlier. You said that
they're flanderized. I'll explain that later.
Wasn't this Lola Bunny's first appearance in this film?
Yes, it was. They basically created her so they could I don't know, there wasn't enough women Looney Tunes, so they needed to create a strong, independent female character for the girls to relate to.
Don't call me doll.
Yeah, that's her entire character, is that she gets mad if you call her doll. Sorry to bring up Doug Walker again, but Doug Walker basically said in one of his reviews is that the Looney Tunes do nothing but make catchphrases, and I thought that was an exaggeration, but that is hyperbolically the truth. All the Looney Tunes do is just say a bunch of catchphrases. They have no character in this movie. They're just shallow reflections of their former selves. They just do generic cartoon things. The creator, the people who made this movie, you can tell that they didn't actually care about the Looney Tunes. They were just oh, Michael Jordan meets the Looney Tunes, and they just have this vague idea of what the Looney Tunes are in their head. So they just made the most stereotypical idea of what the Looney Tunes are, just doing generic cartoon shit. Because the Looney Tunes are actually funny. If you watch those cartoons, you can tell that they put a lot of effort into the slapstick. And
you can watch them on Verb if you want to check them out.
Yeah, I was
especially Bugs Bunny nips the nips. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, you know what's also good? Uncle Tom's Boongaloo, or whatever that is.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude.
Here comes Uncle Tom with his Social Security money. But
here goes Slant Eyes.
This is getting a little bit off topic, but I remember, I had this completely, this idea of Lola Bunny from this film, right? Oh, she's some, like, sexy, like, athletic chick, right? And then like, the Looney Tunes show on Cartoon Network came out in, I don't know, like, early 2010s, and I actually quite liked it when I was watching it. I don't know if I'd like it going out, because it kind of had, like, somewhat of a concurrent plot, sort of, like, the characters, like, they mention, like, the episodes are still very episodic, but then they reference, like, oh, this thing happened, like, back in, like, a few episodes ago. So, like, they're obviously all have, like, a current, like, oh, Daffy was a Marine, or in one episode, and they reference that in another episode when he's looking for a job interview, or he was the CEO of this company or some shit. And Lola Bunny, instead, in that show, was some, like, crazy stalker girlfriend that Bugs wasn't interested in at all, and it had, like, an on-off relationship with, and it was really weird how they kind of changed her personality for that. So really,
because in Space Jam she had no personality. She's just like, I'm like the girl of the group. You don't call me doll. And you could clearly tell it was just a desperate ploy to get, like, some female demographic by, like, writing this terrible character that only has, like, 5 lines in the movie, which is a little bit fucking weird for her introduction to just say, like, 5 lines and just don't do anything else except for, like, be a romantic interest for Bugs at the end.
Nice butt.
Which is nice butt. Yeah. And then she goes from, like, hating Bugs because she calls her doll and she doesn't like being called doll for some reason. And then he sacrifices himself and he's like, no, now I love you now. But anyway,
they kiss, the end.
Yeah,
they don't even appear after that. Bugs Bunny kisses her, and then, like, you see a bunch of Michael Jordan scenes, and then, like, you expect them to appear again, but then they just don't appear.
But that's it. They just don't appear again. But back how they treat the Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes, all they do is just generic slapstick shit. That's like a parody, like almost like a parody of, like, the Looney Tunes. I've said it's flanderized, but the Looney Tunes, they have no character. All they do is just shout out their catchphrases that they're known for, like Porky Pig and Elmer Fudd. They don't do, like, typical shenanigans that you'd expect from the characters from the Looney Tunes. They just say catchphrases. That's all they do. And I was watching, like, some classic Bugs Bunny cartoons after I watched this movie, and then you could tell that Bugs Bunny, he has a character. He's a wisecracker. He likes fucking around with people in, like, a very sarcastic way. In this movie, he's just, like, the main character, and he just does nothing but just shout his generic catchphrase. This is all he does. I want to talk about the villain of the movie, because he just shows up in one scene in the first half, and then he just doesn't appear again until he's
voiced by Danny DeVito.
Yeah, he's this business tycoon guy. He shows up in one scene. He tells, like, the Monstars, we need to get, like, the Looney Tunes, and then he doesn't appear at all until, like, the final act of the movie where they're playing basketball.
I mean, honestly, that's probably for the best. He's such a horrible, like, generic villain, even though he's voiced by Danny DeVito, so that makes him a million times better. But, it's just like, oh, he's an evil boss man villain. He smokes a cigar. He's really fat. Like,
but what's weird is that he does, like,
ass.
It's so confusingly structured for a movie because he explains his evil plan to, like, enslave Michael Jordan at the last act of the movie, when, like, if, like, it was a normal movie, they'd explain the plan in, like, somewhere around the middle of the movie, but they explain it at the end, which is very bizarre, because, like he just appears in one scene in the first act, like, the first 5 minutes of the movie, and then he doesn't appear until, like, an hour in. It's just so fucking confusing. Like, why are we supposed to be invested in, like, this villain if we don't, like, see him at all?
Damn it. Yeah, last episode was me who ranting endlessly about Spider-Man 3, now it's Eggs ranting about Space Jam. I really don't have much to add, but I'll interject. I remember playing the PS1 game of this as a kid. I endlessly played that. I have good memories of that, but also the little monsters, the tiny monsters, after they steal the talent and they become really big, and they like take on the body shape of the actual basketball players who they stole the shape of. That really freaked me out as a kid. Like that really freaked me out, because I mean, I guess I sympathized with the Looney Tunes too, because they were all freaked out too, and that scene. I don't want to say.
That didn't bother me.
I mean, I was like 3 or fucking 4, so I mean.
Yeah. Well, that didn't bother me when I watched it, because I could tell it's a cartoon. What really fucking bothered me is this one scene where Michael Jordan gets turned into a basketball, and he turns into this awful CGI stunt double, and then he gets turned into, there's this, like, Nintendo augmented reality game for the 3DS. It's like this game where you, like, take a picture of your face, and he gets turned into like a cheesy, like, shitty, like, looking face animation, and it looked like that. And then they just turn him into a basketball, And I was terrified because he basically just like broke his bone. It would have like broken his bones and shit and mutilate him, but instead he's just totally fine. It's like, what the fuck was up with that?
Yeah,
they did it again with the.
Yeah, they do it again with the fat guy. Like they pile up on him in the basketball field and or basketball courts, and they smash him and he's flattened like a pancake. Then they blow him up, and like the animation, the CGI, like it looks like a shitty old Nico Doja animation. Like it looks like the ultimate muscle roller guy. Like it looks like it looks like it's so bad. Like it's terrible. Like look those scenes up, because that's like I didn't remember those at all. Like I completely forgot about that from when I was a kid. And man, that was the best shit ever.
I liked that movie as a kid. Except for that scene. That scene I always hated, because it's like Michael Jordan is like this like normal looking dude gets fucking just basically gets like mutilated. He just gets his bones just cracked and like boxed into each other. Like what the fuck? and then well, I guess it's supposed to like they established that Michael Jordan's like physics acts when he's in the Toon world. I guess is what it's supposed to be.
They live in like the Agartha legend Hollow Earth. Like they live.
Yeah, they live in the concave Earth. Well, it contradicts it because at the end the Monstars get shot into space, and then you can see a shot of them getting shot from the sky into the moon. But when they have to get out,
I just came up with a theory. No, the Looney Tunes universe is Plato's world of forms, where everything is perfect.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yes, and that's what Michael Jordan goes into, and that's why it doesn't make any sense. It's actually an alternate dimension that's Plato's world of forms, where everything is the ideal version of something. And look, you're just too unwoke.
What I was gonna say is that Danny DeVito's character gets shot into space, but he gets shot into the sky of the Looney Tunes world into space, but it's still inside the concave like Earth, Looney Tunes Earth. So no,
it's not inside. It's a portal.
So was he shot in the space?
He was shot into the ideal moon, the ideal form.
But what's so strange about that is that he lived in space, in like outside of the Earth's orbit. But did he get shot into the space of the inside of the Earth? It makes no sense. It's so fucking
you see, in Plato's world of forms, there is no motion, right? And that explains why everything's 2D. Because it's like, there's no matter, there's no motion, there's no change. So
but
that's why
moves.
No, you don't understand. Animation. Each episode is set. Because it's not actually moving, it's an illusion.
Yeah. So the animation in this movie, I will say this, it's pretty good, but the problem is that in the Looney Tunes land, I think that they should have gone for like the classic Looney Tunes like flat lighting. There should have been no lighting, and when they go to the real world, like that can kind of make sense. But the Looney Tunes they're all like done in this granite shading style that really doesn't fit like the comedy that they're trying to do. Like the animation like doesn't feel like Looney Tunes at all. It's just a generic like, or they go for this sort of like kind of like urban-esque style where there's a whole lot of like forced perspective and like crazy looking shots, and like some of the scenes they use like sort of graffiti style, like when Michael Jordan has a vision of being enslaved. They attend all these like perspective shots. They look really good, but the problem is that it doesn't really feel like Looney Tunes at all. Like the whole aesthetic that they choose just doesn't match with the whole like flat lighting of like the old 60s cartoons. And what's so weird is that they're like watching 60s cartoons. There's a scene where they flip the channel and they watch like Looney Tunes cartoons, and then they imply, because they like address shit that's going on in the movie, that they're just reenacting the same cartoons over and over again. Does that mean that like every time they play a Looney Tunes cartoon, they just have to do the same thing over and over again?
No, that's where it plays into my world of forms theory. Because it's not actually happening over and over again. It just always is. The episode just always is. Every part of it just always is. It can never change.
So does that mean that when this cartoon, which by like the footage of it aired in like the 60s in movie theaters, they were just doing the exact same, and then the people who were like watching, wow, that's a little weird.
The Looney Tunes always have been and always will.
Hey, maybe there might be a deeper like message in this movie. You know, maybe it is. They were inspired inspired by the writings of Plato, and that fed into like some of the research. There might be some like deep message about, you know, the epistemology and how we view the world in this fucking children's film about Looney Tunes playing basketball with Michael Jordan.
Well, it's more
Or it could
metaphysics,
just be a
but
shitty kids movie.
incorrect.
That too.
Fake news. I refuse to accept that the writers didn't have Platonic theory in mind.
I have a point I want to make. They make it out like the Monstars are bad because they're cheating, like they're playing dirty. But then at the same time, the Looney Tunes play dirty, and like nobody bats an eye. Like they're
The Looney Tunes, they're the good guys by definition.
I brought that up.
Well, they are gonna be enslaved if they lose.
Yeah, but the whole message of the movie...
They were cheating even way before that the guy made this the enslavement offer, so I mean...
Yeah. Well, no, they were going to enslave the Looney Tunes at the very beginning, but...
Oh. No.
Yeah, they were only gonna enslave Michael Jordan.
But what happened was they were like talking about how like the Monstars, they're cheating because they have like the talents of the other basketball players, and that's not cool. You know, in a regular like shitty sports movie, they would have gone with the whole like message about how like winners never cheat or something like that. But like in here, all they do is just cheat. You know, you see, it actually plays into the philosophy of live by the sword, die by the sword. See, there's a lot of philosophy that goes on in the Space Jam, but it's just like that's a good message to teach to the kids. You know, if somebody's cheating, just cheat back. You know, that'll always work. And then there's a Pulp Fiction reference. Well, they
Oh yeah, there is.
They shoot one of the Monstars' teeth, and the teeth of the monsters. They shoot the teeth, and then they're in the black like tuxedo suit, and they're just looking back at each other like, oh my god, did they just really do that?
I want to point out how bad of an actor Michael Jordan is. Like he really. Also, Bill Murray appears in the film. Like it didn't even seem like they knew who was going to play the role for him, and then they just like threw Bill Murray in at the end of it. Like they don't even.
Don't they call him Bill Murray though?
They call him Bill.
Do they?
Oh.
Okay, yeah, maybe I'm wrong, but like tacked on. Then he comes in, he plays like a round of basketball. He somehow they literally they ask him how he got there, how he found the Agartha hollow earth that they live in. And he's just like he like shrugs it off, and then they make a joke about it, and like they never explain it. It's just like a convenient way for them to like out there without actually explaining it. And then then he like plays around a b-ball with them, and then he like leaves, and then you never see him again. So
no,
he was playing golf with them with Michael Jordan earlier.
You don't see him after that though. You don't see him after he fucking.
No. He does when he returns to basketball. He basically makes a joke about how he should have continued his career in basketball after that game.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's okay. Like it's fairly plausible to believe that Michael Jordan would be friends with Bill Murray. I mean, they're both celebrities. Like whatever.
But it doesn't explain how he got into the fucking Agartha hollow earth that they live in.
They play golf together, and Bill Murray wears a fucking umbrella hat.
Yeah, it's really
That's
boring.
the whole joke. He's wearing an umbrella hat.
Yeah, the entire joke in this like 5-minute scene is that he's wearing an umbrella hat.
I was actually pretty surprised they made "is it because I'm white" joke. Like I don't know. I feel like that kind of joke would be too taboo today. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
This movie's awful.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know if I have anything else to say about the movie.
I was just about to say, like, I don't even know what the fuck else we can say. I think
What else can I say about it? Yeah, so in conclusion, the Looney Tunes are complete shadows of their former selves. Michael Jordan's a terrible actor. The plot makes no sense. The world building is confusing. And this movie's a philosophical exploration into the world of forms and principles and morality and all that existential garbage. So I give it a 3 out of 10.
I give it a 2 out of 10.
I'd give it a 2.1.
To be honest, I don't think it even deserves that.
I gotta ask you, did we rate Spider-Man 3 last time?
Oh, we didn't. We forgot.
Fools.
Shit,
See, this is what happened when you don't have me around.
Well, I'll fucking first Spider-Man 3 out of 10. Second Spider-Man, I think I already rated that one in the first episode 4 out of 10. And yeah, that's what the Spider-Man 3 is also 4 out of 10. They're all awful.
Yeah. After this, we got so bored of talking. Like we didn't even want to talk about that movie after we watched it. So then we started just like making jokes about Ninja Turtles 3.
Oh yeah.
We started like saying like,
oh, I'm a turtle and I can't get up.
Oh wait, Stevo and Fancy, when we watched this movie, did not believe that the song "I Believe I Can Fly" came from this movie. That it was like originally made for this movie. And Stevo would just told me that I was a complete retard for ever thinking that, and I was like, okay, look it up, and it turned out to be true. I just want to point that out, just to.
I was certainly. The song is so famous, you hear it everywhere else, but you never hear people talk about Space Jam. So I just assume that they got the royalty to the song and they put it in the beginning of this movie. But now, I mean, there's even look at the cover for the single, and it has Michael Jordan and fucking Bugs Bunny on it. So I mean, it looks really laughable. It looks like it was done in Photoshop, like old 1998 Photoshop in 5 minutes. Like, it looks terrible. But yeah, the single for "I Believe I Can Fly." I guess Lance, you can edit in a picture of it on the screen right now. But yeah, like it looks pretty bad. Anyways,
yeah, it does.
Anyways, yeah, I think that's all. I have nothing else to say about Space Jam. I assume the same for you guys, unless you.
So, all right, this has been the Subnami post-fight number 3.
Yeah, next week we'll be watching "We're Back: A Dinosaur Story" by Steven Spielberg. Well, produced by Steven Spielberg.
Plays earlier. Funnily enough, like the first 3 of the "We're Back: A Dinosaur."
There's 3 of them.
No, there's not 3.
The videos I made, the Let's Play videos. I made 3 Let's Play videos, and I did it's from the Game Boy game, and then those will be coming out soon too. So I guess that wraps up nicely. Yeah, so stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for some We're Back: A Dinosaur Story goodness.
Come up and slam.
Fuck out of here, boy. Get that weak shit out of here. Stephen Curry my ass, nigga. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Later.